What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment from TiCGN.com, and you guys have leveled up to 52. This is the Double XP podcast. Now, before we get going, I want to make a quick announcement here. As you guys know, since I've been doing this podcast, my man Nickodemus X has been rocking with me. He's been my light-skinned brother from somebody else's mother. Since we started this show, he's been with me every step of the way, and I've always appreciated everything he's done for the podcast, the personality that he brought onto the show. And I was always happy to have him. Unfortunately, Nick is no longer on the podcast. He has decided to step down. Nothing to do with, there's no issues, there's no infight, nothing like that behind the scenes. Nick has just gone a different direction in life. If you guys notice, his YouTube channel has changed to more life, things that surround around life. So that's just what he wants to focus on. He's not really focused on gaming anymore. Gaming it's no longer a priority in his life. So being the real person Nick is, and this is verbatim, he said, "I don't want to be a fraud." So someone who, not following the gaming community, not following what's going on in the game, and not really gaming like that, gaming a couple of times out of the month, he knew he wasn't doing it, like he used to. So Nick, like the man he is here, I'm not going to be a fraud out here talking about games and act like I'm gaming. I'm not really doing that. So much respect to him for making that decision. The door will always be open to Nick. If he gets that itch for gaming again, he wants to come back. He co-created this show. If you guys remember, this was before it was called Double XP. It was coined the Xbox versus PlayStation podcast. Me, the Xbox, Nick, the PlayStation. And it was just two images of me and him, and that's where it's all started. So if Nick ever decides, he wants to get back into it, he always has a spot here. He always has a home here. But going forward, we will not have Nickodemus X on the show. But we do have a guy here who's been rocking with us past few weeks. He's been on the show before. Really cool guy, one of the fan favorites. I'm happy to have him. So, with that being said, like this is your first time here. Introduce yourself, my man, my son, Demigod.
What's going on, everybody? Demigod Reviews here. Glad to be a part of the team. I show my support. I show love. Fame. He be falling asleep on the mic a couple times when I do watch him. But yeah, I'm just glad to be here. All love to Nick, man. Salute. We worked together way back when this was called what was it? Writer's Block.
Writer's Block. Yeah.
Oh man, those are the days. But yeah, I don't want to step in any shoes. I want to be my own man. Curve my own path. But Nick has always got love for me, so he already knows what's up.
That's what's up. And of course, we got my right hand, one man. I'm trying to savor this. I'm trying to savor it, right? My right hand, one man. Miss 2v1 herself, Mamacita.
Okay. Hey, y'all. It's Mamacita. And, yeah, it's going to be a little different without Nick. Nick brought a certain flavor, but, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss picking at him, and trolling him, and him picking at me, trolling me back. So, yeah.
Now you're gonna pop in and pop out every now and again to talk shit.
Yeah. Oh,
most likely. I mean, he has access. Like I said, Nick, he's not going. He still found me, so he has access to the link to any podcast. So if he want to jump in, he has access.
Yeah.
He has access.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little different, but yeah. But welcome aboard officially. Demi. Demi, did we meet in PAX South?
Nah.
We didn't?
No.
Okay.
I would remember that because I would have met my son at PAX South.
Chill out, man.
Okay.
We met through Twitter and then
okay. Who was that you introduced me to from TiC fame? We was at PAX South. Who was that? Was somebody you introduced me to?
Who I went to PAX South that year? Because I remember the first time. I remember Nick being down there. I don't remember.
No, with you and I and Nickodemus.
Yeah, that year it was just us three.
Yeah, but I'm saying we met somebody on the floor. You introduced me. I thought it was Demi. Maybe not. It was somebody you introduced me to that was writing for TiC. Oh, that you still? You remember that?
I don't remember, I missed those PAX South days with me, you and Nick.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
you were asking Fame to think back a couple of years. So
you need to chill. You need to find your chill. I ain't that old, man. I am a spry 16 years old. First off,
1600. Sorry.
I'm gonna look up in the archives and see who that was.
We gotta figure it out, no doubt. Next up, Crunk Girl. What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. It's your favorite gamer girl, Crunk Girl 711, back at it again. Oh, it's so sad, man. My man Nick, we lost one PlayStation brother, and he won't fight this good fight.
Oh, man, he's resting his pony hood.
But I'm gonna fight this good fight, y'all. I ain't going nowhere.
And shout out to, we got a new person that I've never seen before, Maria Crosby. That's new to the chat. Thank you for rocking out with us. Can I join via Twitter? We gotta figure out who you are, number one. Honestly, but we
trying to hop in the show already.
We always open to new guests and new people. So just shoot me a DM on Twitter if you want to be a guest. We're more than welcome to get new faces on, new personalities, new gaming heads are always welcome on the Double XP podcast. And our other panelist, Dallas man, is MIA today. This young man was getting his wisdom teeth removed, and he got the yuck mouth right now, so he's not going to be able to talk and really rock with us today. But I'm sure he's in the chat, and he'll be back on our normal, regular schedule. Speaking of that, we've been going back to back the past 2 weeks, getting our E3 stuff knocked out for the most part. So after this week, we will be back to our regular every other Wednesday schedule. But with that being said, I know Demi's here. This is the first time me hearing it. Demi, it's something I want to talk to Demi about after the show and pick his brain and get an idea from him on something that we can do on that opposite Wednesday. That way we can constantly keep giving you guys content. Now, you guys ready? Cool? Everybody good? We good?
I'm ready.
All right, bet. So, let's talk about a rumor that's been going around recently, and I believe it was Segment Next. First started talking about this, and it got on Twitter and started to blow up a little bit, and that is Xbox Live Gold possibly merging with Xbox Live Game Pass. Now, I do want to get the panel's thought on that, and you guys think it's plausible, and if it is plausible, how would that possibly work? So I have my ideas, but I want to hear you guys' idea first on how a Xbox Live Gold and a Xbox Game Pass merger would look. And I want to start with Crunk.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they would keep it at the same price, or would you pay a little more for that. It'll be interesting if they do that. I want to see what kind of incentives y'all would be getting. I was wondering about Game Pass. Like I've been saying for the longest, PlayStation Plus needs to be with PlayStation like Network or whatever. I've been saying that for the longest. They need to add that in. Either not
PlayStation Now?
Yes, PlayStation Now. I'm sorry, not PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now.
Gotcha.
I've been saying that for the longest. I'm like, if PlayStation Now was in with what I was paying for, I wouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying,
that'd
playing
be a hell of a
service.
service.
Yeah, because all those games and whatever, it's just you can't download them. That's the only like crock about that whole PlayStation Now situation. So I would have to see how it will be implemented. And how, like, what games would be on there and how that whole thing would go. Would it be like Game Pass where games be on there for a few months and they take them off or whatever? But if Microsoft does that, that's a good thing. There's nothing bad about it. It's consumer friendly.
Facts. And that's we all know Microsoft been lacking, on the gaming side of things, exclusive titles. But when it comes to being consumer friendly, like you said, Crunk, they've been, top of the line.
But you see, they have no choice now. See, beforehand, when there was Microsoft on top, they could do what they wanted to do, like make y'all pay for Netflix and all this other shit when it was free on everything.
That was trash.
But now they can't do that no more. They gotta be consumer friendly. So,
and folks be getting hella refunds on games. Like the finesse be real. Like they're doing their best to take care of you over at Microsoft. Like you said, they ain't got no choice but to be like that. They got to win back gamers. It makes sense. But Demi, man, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think a Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass merger would look like if it's even plausible?
I actually was thinking about this earlier when I first heard about it. I think when Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass, when they cross together, if and when, basically, I want to see a combination of games with gold goes into Game Pass, and they kind of just continue pushing those games into Game Pass, and maybe turn to like $20-$30 a month, really, or like or 20-30, like 30 for 3 months, 60 for 6, something like that. Because without it, it's gonna have to be up in the price range, really.
What? So you saying put? Wait a minute, let me get this right, bro. You say put gold into Game Pass and charge $20 for 3 months? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because something has to be up that they're gonna do it like that, really. Oh.
Mamacita, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's obvious that Xbox has been moving more so to user growth instead of concentrating on hardware sales. So it wouldn't necessarily be ridiculous to think that they wouldn't combine Game Pass with Xbox Live Gold. I can see that. And actually, according to the Polygon article, when PlayStation announced I guess we're getting closer to the end of life cycle with PlayStation. One of the things that they talked about in that article was them moving to having a more focus on PSN and PlayStation Now and focusing on user growth. So even Sony is doing that. So I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, I do feel like in a way Microsoft was forced to do that, but I also believe that at the same time, because the gaming demographic has just changed and gamers are moving towards playing more games as a service kind of mantra. I think that would be very smart for them to do, but whether they do it or not, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I could see them doing that versus removing multiplayer from Xbox Live Gold.
Because
and if they,
you hit on the head, because that's what everybody really wants, right? Is a free multiplayer.
Yeah, but I mean, I want it too, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Wouldn't something have to be some sacrificial game to make that happen, though? Something would have to go, and something would have to kick in.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at Fortnite, I mean, gosh, he just put up, what, $100 million towards the esports. I mean, when you look at what's happening, what can be made off of games, if you tend to go that route, if you can still make money and bring us quality games and services, then yeah.
I look at it like, how everyone is on these safe player one movement, single player games, are great, but the service model, as much as people hate it and don't want it, it's
popular.
Yeah, I mean, you got a game like Fortnite, right? Fortnite was free.
Every game can't do it.
Every game can't do it, but I think companies are more willing.
Some games who've tried to make that model and they crashed and burned.
100% true, but I think these companies are more looking to make a Fortnite more than they are to make a God of War. God of War will get rave reviews and it would sell like crazy, but it would never make as much money as Fortnite.
Right, because you'll get those initial sales and then that's it. Right, no one's going to come back and continue to invest in that.
It's an issue because every developer wants to capture that lightning in the bottle, but if you can't replicate that, then you're asked to the wind, really.
Yeah, 100%.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, see, when I first heard about this whole Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass, the first thing I thought of was, okay, well, I don't think that would make sense to me was you pretty much would drop Xbox Live Gold and make Xbox Game Pass the one. And if you had Xbox Live Game Pass, you got Xbox Live Gold with it, and there will be no more games every month. You just have the games from Game Pass. That's the first thing I thought of. Then I watched a video from Randall Thor today, and he made a good point too. Why drop Xbox Live Gold? Keep it, and also keep Xbox Game Pass. So if you want to pay the $60 a year for Xbox Live Gold, you can do that, have multiplayer and all that jazz. And you can have Xbox Game Pass, which comes with Xbox Live Gold for the extra $40 for the year, and you'll have access to those 150 plus games plus multiplayer, Xbox Live Gold discounts, etc. What do you guys think about that concept? Pretty much Game Pass would just be the what Gold is now. You'll pay an extra $40 a year and have access to all those games. Is that a value you think gamers would rock with? You're paying more money, but you're getting a lot more in return.
I don't know. I mean, it just all depends on how they implement it. It just depends, man. Like it sounds good, but sometimes it'd be a kicker in there. But like I said, Microsoft ain't got no choice but to be consumer friendly right now. So
the most consumer friendly thing is to let people play multiplayer for free. I don't think that's happening because though there will be a lot of people who will continue to have gold, and though I've always stressed, hey, give gold more incentive, and more people will stay. They're gonna lose people. They're gonna lose people if you have multiplayer for free, right? But that's the most consumer friendly move they can make is have multiplayer go free. Because number one, you're going to hurt your competition. If anyone can take a blow from this and be okay, not saying any company wants to lose money, but be okay, Microsoft would be okay. But you're going to hurt the competition if you do this, because everyone's going to look at Nintendo, and especially at Sony, and say, hey, what are y'all going to do? Why am I have to pay for multiplayer if I don't have to do it on Xbox? It's going to offset a lot of the deficit going on right now between the consoles.
So basically, be where the PS3 was last generation when it comes to online.
What do you mean?
PSN was free, but PS Plus you have to pay for.
Yeah, and you're going to pretty much force Sony to follow suit.
I don't think they will.
Man, they're gonna get a lot of backlash.
They'll get backlash, but they'll show you why they're still in the lead rather than try to follow in the same footsteps.
I don't know, man. They follow Microsoft's footsteps into this thing.
Yeah, they took basically what made the 360 hot, took the Sony take on it and flipped it.
They handled all the stuff like it's like a switch. They had no choice but to do it. What they didn't do last generation, they're doing this generation. Same thing with Microsoft. What they didn't have to do last generation, they got to do this generation.
Yeah,
like a complete role reversal.
So Crunk, I know I got Demi's point on this, but y'all don't think if Microsoft was to drop or put multiplayer free, do y'all think Sony would follow suit? You think they'll stay put?
I don't, but I wish they would go back to being free. But when it was free, shit, people like I told people, when something is free, you can't complain about it. But when you paying for it, then you had a right to complain all you want about it.
Well, so, in that Polygon article, they quoted them as saying that, Sony was aiming for 100 million active PSN users, and them moving to this user growth model. And if you're gonna grow your user base, if that's going to become, an important piece of how you value PlayStation, then you're going to have to do something that's going to keep people engaged. And how are you going to keep people engaged? And you keep them engaged and you keep them buying. So how are you going to do that? So when you look at what they're doing, where their shift is, it would make sense to drop multiplayer, because that's one way how you're going to have people online on PSN and Xbox Live. And then if you give them a game in the way of, let's say, a Fortnite, where they don't have to come out of pocket initially, but then they can, purchase skins or characters or emotes or things like that. I mean, they're seeing that's where the money is. And that's obvious with Epic's $100 million esports now that they're investing in. So, I can see that happening. I'm just wondering, I just don't know if that's going to happen this gen or not. That's the thing. That may be something for next gen, but, so we'll see.
Well, according to Segment's article, we may hear something at E3. So I'm interested in seeing what they do. Like Crunk said earlier, Microsoft being super consumer friendly. So we'll see what type of move they pull out at E3. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for some great news. I'm hoping for something that'll lessen the money out of my pocket at the end of the day. But we definitely we will see. Now, speaking of Xbox Live services, speaking of Xbox Live Game Pass, One game that just released in Game Pass Tuesday was State of Decay 2. If you guys don't know, you probably do know, and if you didn't know, you're about to know now. All Xbox exclusives, quote-unquote exclusives, release day and day on Xbox Game Pass. And if you're on PC, you can play these games in Xbox Game Pass. That's because they're Xbox Play Anywhere. Now, before State of Decay 2 was released, we kept hearing about a bunch of bugs. And when it was getting reviewed, a lot of reviewers talking about it was a buggy mess and yada, yada, yada. I believe it's currently sitting on 69 on Metacritic. But one thing I've noticed from a lot of people who've actually played the game, not the people who just popping off on Twitter, people who actually played the game are saying they're having a hell of a time. They maybe ran into a few bugs here and there. They're not running into them now. Or they run into bugs that don't really bother them. But a lot of people are actually loving State of Decay 2, regardless of what the scores are saying. So, you got any thoughts about State of Decay 2? Has anybody on the panel actually played? I actually finally downloaded it yesterday. But I haven't had a chance to play it because some lights have gotten in the way, and I accidentally started playing another game, which I've gotten really into. But if anybody played State of Decay 2, and if you have, what are your thoughts? And do you guys think that the stuff it's been getting, the crap it's been getting, has been warranted?
I have.
I played it too. But
all right,
so go ahead.
Let's start with Ma. What do you think about State of Decay 2 so far?
Well, this is my first State of Decay. A State of Decay that I've actually played longer than 5 minutes. The previous one, I didn't spend much time in it at all. I have not played it in co-op just yet, but I've spent several hours and several days with it, and I actually like it. I really didn't realize that there was so much management of my community and my base and my characters. I almost feel like I'm playing The Sims, like The Sims and Walking Dead has just come together and merged. That's what I feel like. As far as bugs goes, I'm trying to imagine a time where anybody asks me about all the bugs I ran into when I played Assassin's Creed Origins, and I absolutely loved that game. But I ran into so many bugs. I mean, I'm just remembering being stuck in between my cart and my horse and couldn't even see the glitchiness. I remember several times characters and items and even my weaponry just floating in the air as I'm running across the sands. But did that bother me at all? Absolutely not. And if people are caught up into how the game looks, it's $30. They were expecting AAA quality. If that's something you were expecting, okay, fine. But to say that bugs, like we have to beat this horse about bugs in games. I mean, gosh, y'all, come on. Skyrim is the buggiest game of all bugs. I mean, we know that, and I love that game. But how many? I mean, it was just ridiculously buggy. I don't think that we shouldn't point out bugs and say that a game, there are bugs in games. I just don't think that we should hop on one particular game and pounce on this game.
It's that Xbox effect?
Well, I think so. I think it's some of that. I do, and it's like, I mean, it to me it's just overkill with it. Granted, if you're gonna call out bugs in the game, call them out in all of them. That's all I'm saying. I've played in single player mode. I do see a few zombies that seem like they skate across a few times, like when I'm in certain buildings, and I see them pop in and pop out sometimes. I've run into that. But there's anything I haven't seen before.
Now, I will say when it comes to the quality, though, I think that AAA quality, that came from the devs. The devs started that, and they came out on Twitter and said, yeah, AAA all the way. So I
and I didn't know they said that, but I did see that. And, but I'm thinking, what are you expecting? Please don't say that I'm damage controller, because I'm not. But if you ask a developer, is their game AAA, what you want them to say? No? Is that what you expected them to say? Of course they're not going to say that. They're going to say, yeah, it's AAA. Now, rather not what they're saying is AAA is what we mean. But yeah, if you just don't respond then, because I did see that they put that in AAA. And for AAA for us means you're giving us a top-notch game. I mean, we associate AAA with $60 games, which I know Technomancer was not AAA, and that was $60.
That game was trash. I was pissed. I spent $60 on that game. I was pissed.
Where was all the uproar? Excuse me. Y'all know I was upset about that. Okay, I spent $60 for that game.
Look, I played that game and I beat it.
You a better man than me, Crunk.
You a better woman than I will ever be.
It was like, for me, it was like an unfinished game. It was the story was good, but it was like gameplay and some glitches.
It was graphically ugly. The glitches were bad. The voice acting was terrible.
The combat was god awful.
I beat it and I enjoyed it, but it was bad. It was a bad game.
And it was $60.
Game that's bad, but you may still enjoy it.
Now, Demi, let me ask you: had you played in State of Decay, the first one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you had some familiarity coming into it.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I did not. I was completely, and I'm just thinking, I'm coming in here. This just gonna be a basic kill zombies. I mean, you kill zombies, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I have the morale, and I have to keep my people happy, and I have to bring food and
they've changed.
Water and the infirmaries and the medicine, and I'm like, wow, this is. I mean, it's a lot. The depth. It's a lot more depth than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Way more.
They've included and they've taken things out. Now, I'm playing State of Decay too. I've been putting like 3-4 hours here and there because I've been busy with some stuff. But the game is fire. Like, it's fire, but man, it does have its issues. Like, I was playing earlier and I noticed that they took away certain things. Like, I can't board up the windows anymore and I can't barricade the doors. So zombies are coming into my settlements pretty more easily now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't do that. And just like if you go on a run, say like you got a couple of rucksacks that you bring them medicine, food, water, stuff like that. You can't like just instantly hop in your settlement and they'll just take it out for you. You have to take it out one by one and put it into storage. But they have added like a bigger chance to the morale system. People will break out in fights. There's no food. People will dislike each other. If there's too many beds, sleep depravity will kick in. And like certain times if people don't begin to get sleep, they get mad. If they begin to get mad, certain things will pop off. And like somebody was killed in my camp earlier. And I was like, wow, this is actually in the game. Building the morale system was in the first one, but it didn't have so much depth as it does now. And like trying to like trying to loot and like keep the items flowing in also plays a bigger role now, and like building also plays a hell of a role now. Also, you have to do it one by one and wait for everything to go. Now, I will say, with State of Decay, I have had my fair share of glitches. I can't like lie or be like, oh, I didn't experience it. Zombies are floating out in the air. I've had what was it? I've had a juggernaut pop in. I've had blood hordes pop in. Yeah, I've had my fair share of experiences. I say the worst one I've had was earlier when I was doing a mission. I talked to somebody and then I picked a choice, but the AI just completely flipped out and it turned into a civil war and they killed someone.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Oh wow!
And I picked the choice. I picked the choice. I'm like, I want a treaty with you, but I want the things that you took back. And the AI completely flipped out. A zombie came in and it just turned them immediately hostile.
Oh wow! Now the thing is, so with these bugs, so and I can see this being problematic because of the permadeath thing.
Yes.
If bugs is making it where one of your characters die, if there's a bug, I can see the rage in that. That is something that definitely will have to be addressed. They will have to, because I wouldn't want to be in a scenario where a bug causes me to lose one of my characters or lose something I've worked so hard to get, my rucksacks. And the thing is, and then like today I had people calling out, in the radio calls, calling me to assist. And I didn't have time. I was so busy. Listen, I got to get my morale up. Okay. My people are depressed. I'm not trying to have nobody leave. But then trying to do that, they got upset. It was like, we out. So since you wouldn't respond to me, okay. So my understanding is that'll build up. If you don't do what address the people that are calling for assistance, they'll get upset, and then they can even attack you.
They put that on the timer too now.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay.
Full blown like real life zombie simulator.
It is. Yeah. It's a survival.
It's literally The Walking Dead.
Yes.
I seen Red Dragon. Like, he was like really looking forward to this game. Like, he was on Twitter. Like, he was like, "Yo, this shit is crazy." Like, he was like showing the bugs. I was like, "How'd it go?" Like, game breaking bugs. Like, he was in a mission where he had to kill something in a house, and he had to pick something up, something he had to pick up and take back to his fort or whatever y'all call it, and it wouldn't let him pick Red Dragon. He had to literally restart his whole Xbox for it to and he had to redo the mission all over again. Or his car getting stuck, zombies flying out of the air out of nowhere, and him not being able to get away. He was like, most of his problems were in co-op. He was like, when he was by himself, he wasn't having too many issues. Not too many. But when he tried to play co-op, he was just having issues out the wazoo.
Yeah, co-op is really in a mess. I don't know why. Co-op is triggering a lot of that stuff.
And
when I was playing my friend,
one thing everybody wanted, wasn't it? Like, it was the one big thing everybody was missing from the first game.
But for some reason, co-op is making everything kind of like spiral out of control. That whole Civil War kickoff just was with my friend. So I don't know why these kind of things are happening just in co-op.
Somebody said it's your internet connection. I say, nah, man.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
I put this on. Who said that? I think it was Diller Gamer or something like that. Diller Gamer or something like that. Was talking about your internet connection. I was like,
I got 150 down, bro. That ain't that.
I'm like, I know sometimes damage control is real, but I don't know about the internet connection. Like, but you can't blame people.
I will say this though, with the same energy that people give State of Decay, I need the same energy for games from Bethesda or whoever come out with a buggy title.
Yeah, that's why I can't. There's no way in the world I could sit here and crap on State of Decay 2, and I rang the bells of Skyrim, and I ran into all kinds of bugs.
I played Fallout New Vegas when it first released.
Like, come on, just.
Would you say, because how can I explain it? Is it on the same, like,
it's worse.
No, not the bugs, but the scope of the game. Are they the same as to you would be like, okay, I see the bug here, bug there, or because the scope of that State of Decay is kind of smaller than a Witcher or a Skyrim or whatever, that you should expect more?
Well, then I could say that you could expect. No, I hear what you're saying, but then I think we could say we can expect bugs to really show itself online, and because of, and then I don't think it's necessarily just connection all by itself, but because I do play a lot of online co-op games, that's usually where I do tend to run into more of the bugs in the game versus when I'm playing it by myself or if I'm playing it offline. For some reason, that is true. But I just remember the argument with the Fallouts and the Elder Scrolls, because these are AAA games and we're playing, we're paying $60 for these games, that they should not have the game-breaking bugs that they have.
Yeah.
And mind you, they were game-breaking bugs.
Yes, game saves are getting deleted and all.
Yes, yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Unity, we've always been saying this, but I think for the critics, it need to be the same energy, because I think a lot of people was talking shit about Skyrim and all these other games that had all these damn bugs. Like,
it did, but it didn't stop it from being Game of the Year. And it did even when the critics called it out, those that did, they still said it was Game of the Year. They still said it was the best RPG. They still, So, but I'm not saying the State of Decay 2 is even on that level. I mean, it's obvious it is not a triple A experience. That's obvious. But for what it is and for what you pay for it, I'm not ready to just bash it and throw it out the door. I think it is an IP that Microsoft should invest their cloud resources, put some AAA money behind it. And I can see State of Decay 3. I mean, really.
I thought Microsoft was behind this one, though, wasn't it?
Well, to be honest, I kind of thought they were going to do that. I did too, but when I saw that it was $29.99, that told me no.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just keeping it real.
Right
You
there.
And
Well,
it's
then
not
in
a
a way, we
Microsoft
did get
studio.
AAA quality from Hellblade, and it was $30.
I haven't played that yet.
You got a
But
point.
I understand that it is. So I've been hearing some. So I've heard some good things about that.
So, do you think the back to not even that were duds, but like critically acclaimed duds, or do you think they just went too hard on those games? You think it, with Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, because they got 269s back to back.
Well, they're two different reasons. Yeah,
I don't think it deserved the Eurogamer avoid stamp.
Oh, Eurogamer, that man went in, but you got it. But look though,
we're all different people.
That bias because he went in on not deep down, but the other game too for Sony. He went in on that one too. Yeah, he went in on Days Gone too. So I don't want to call it.
These issue was lack of content. If we were just running out of things to do, I don't necessarily think it was because of bugs or not being playable. But I just think, I don't. I'm kind of choosing what I say because I don't want to sound like I am defending because I'm not. I'm not defending. I don't. Yeah, but I guess because I'm just not. If I like a game, I play it, and if it has issues, and I still enjoy playing, and I'm having fun, as long as it doesn't it's not affecting, gameplay. And I say that, but I put, like I said, 700 hours into Skyrim. There were plenty of times I had to shut that game down. It would freeze, it would crash on me. I would be in the middle. I have beat up some, joggers, and I'm way into my story mission and my game crashed. So, I'm just, I don't know. I guess I've gotten so used to those kinds of things. When I see it now, it's like, all right, just keep it moving. But I would be mad if I died, if my character.
Yeah,
that would piss.
I think somebody was complaining. Was it Fonzarelli? He was like, "Yo, I started the game up like 20 minutes in, and I think he was still on the prologue. I believe he was like something happened and his player died, and he had to restart the whole game over."
I will say this: I'm very critical and analytical with stuff like that. Yeah, the bugs are a complete mess. It's sloppy. Like, I can't get that Civil War thing on my head since it happened, but bugs are gonna be there. But Sea of Thieves just lack content, and that game gets quickly boring. God, that game gets boring. But State of Decay has potential. I wish Microsoft did back it more, because you can tell it's missing, and it does feel kind of rushed. And
it has content in it, though. The thing is, it has the content. It has deep content. If you actually play the game, you're going to see how much you can do. Yes.
But the whole thing behind State of Decay is just it does. I say this with all due respect, but when it comes to State of Decay and Record, they were both in the same pot. They kind of came out half baked.
More money, bro. Like.
Yeah, they both came out half baked, and you can definitely see it in State of Decay.
So it's like going forward with a State of Decay and Record, for that matter. Like, Microsoft needs to legit give us a real AAA experience with those games. Like, these type of games with Microsoft actually giving they full 100% backing with funding and whatnot, could be some really great games for the platform going forward.
Yeah.
I thought that State of Decay was going to be that game, because the first one, it was like a cult classic, and all of my friends that played that game was like, that game's dope, I love it.
But that's the thing. That's what you're hearing from everybody who's playing. Now, everyone who's playing the game,
and it was janky.
Yeah, it was like it was janky, but
the first State of Decay
that I know who played the first one expected more in the second one, and some of the issues from the first one came to the second one.
I can tell you, I put 200 hours in the first State of Decay. So I'm
just saying that's what I've been getting. People that I know who played the first one is like the things that were wrong with the first one seem like they're wrong in the second one, and they feel like it wasn't enough of a big of enough jump, and they felt like. They thought that since Microsoft was pushing this game forward, they believed, and from what they came out with the whole AAA thing, they was thinking that they was going to get a better experience than what they're getting. And also, I heard some people were saying they're not even using the Azure.
No, they're using peer-to-peer, which is completely trash.
I heard that too.
Yeah, but I mean, I was in a party, and I'm hearing a lot of the guys that were and gamers that did play the first one love this one and do feel like it's a jump up. So it's a matter of who you're listening to and who's talking to you. 'Cause that's not
I
But
wouldn't
the
say
whole
it's a
Azure
full
thing, I
jump.
don't get that.
It's a half step, and it's like halfway there, but it's certain things that they both took out that shouldn't have been taken out, but they have added something onto it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, that I have talked to that have played State of Decay. I was in a party, and they were State of Decay, and they feel like it is a jump up from the first one. Now, I didn't play but 5 minutes of it, so I can't
You should
necessarily
definitely
compare.
step back into the first one.
But I mean, I'm just saying that's everybody's opinion. Everybody
Yeah.
has their own opinion and what they feel like. So that's why I don't tend to try to define something based on what people say, because everybody's going to tell you something different from their own experience.
So, question: how do y'all feel about them not using the Azure instead of the peer-to-peer shit when it's like a first party or whatever?
Well, technically, it's not.
It's not a first party.
It's not first party, but you know what I mean. It's their game. I would think that they would use their servers.
You would think.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
Just so everybody's on the same page and who's listening. State of Decay is a third-party game. Microsoft is not even on the.
But Undead wants to be bought by them.
Do they?
Yes.
You think so?
They love working with Microsoft.
Yeah, that's true. They said they went to everybody with State of Decay and nobody wanted it. And that's coming from Undead. That was like no one wanted this game but Microsoft.
Yeah, so
That's interesting. They should take them up on that offer and make them a studio.
yeah,
So they can put that first party
and
money
give them
behind them.
creative freedom. So
I don't know, man. What's like?
I was just wondering. I thought that was weird that they wasn't using the Azure.
Yeah, it's silly because they, even though, like I said, it's not a first party title, this game was hyped. It was marketed.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was no commercials on TV, at least not none that I saw, but as far as what you saw on YouTube and Twitter, you know, what they did on Inside Xbox, they was hyping this game. Like, they treated it like a first party game, so I don't know why they didn't give it the first party treatment.
I wish it got the actual, like, pushing power that they gave Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that, and they should have. They really should have. I don't get. I would like to know, like, see, when things like that, I hear things like they didn't use the Azure cloud. Like, why? See, that's me. Rather than, they should have. Okay, but can we find out, like, what would make sense? What would be the reason? Did Undead Labs? I mean, did they not want that? Did Microsoft not want? I mean, it just makes no sense to me. What rationale would you have behind that we have to do this peer-to-peer?
If they used Azure, we wouldn't have had the tethering, really.
To me, peer-to-peer needs to die in general. Like, overall, everywhere, peer-to-peer needs to die.
Yeah, dedicated
like,
service needs to actually be a fun thing.
That. Like, in gaming,
yeah,
we're beyond that.
Which makes me worry for this.
That's like saying we still gotta have nothing but wired controllers. Like, we beyond wired controllers. Like, everything's wireless. Like, we're beyond peer-to-peer. Like, that needs to die in every game, not just State of Decay.
Yeah. Which makes me worry for the Battle Royale for Call of Duty if they're not dedicated servers, because that's also going to be peer-to-peer.
Trash. No, thank you. But it has to be, because it's peer-to-peer. Once somebody's died, they're not going to just stay there and wait. They're going to jump out. You're going to have a bunch of hosts jumping. It has to be. Yeah. It has to be.
It has to be dedicated. Has to be. That's what makes me worry for that Battle Royale.
I don't know if I'm really gonna be on that battle. I don't really like Battle Royale, to be honest, but I think it's oversaturated, in my opinion.
You know what though? I believe I've been saying this since Fortnite took off. Fortnite is the new Call of Duty 4.
Big facts.
Fortnite is not on quality wise. What I mean by it is the fan hysteria over the game.
And it needs to die because Fortnite is trash.
You know what's gonna happen. Every game is gonna put a battle royale or some type of mode or game out there trying to recreate Fortnite.
Unfortunately,
I see it. It's the Call of Duty
capture that lightning in the bottle. It's the Call of Duty 4 effect.
Yeah, it's the Call of
Duty. Halo 3 effect.
I should, I should do a article on this. But
I still feel like Microsoft gonna do a battle royale game with Halo. I just feel like that's coming.
It's gonna happen. A Forge mode with Halo 6, it's happening. It's gonna happen.
Instead of Warzone, it's Battle Royale. Which, you know what? I'm kind of cool with that. Take out Warzone, add in the Battle Royale for Halo. I might rock with that. I think
My daughter came home, and I mean, this is a girl who, I mean, she doesn't even know what a video game looks like, and asked me, "Have I heard of Fortnite?" And that's when I knew. Okay, yeah, this thing is real. This thing is really big.
Laughing way.
I couldn't
say it.
I laughed so hard. I'm like, what? Fortnite? No, I was like, yeah, that's how you know a game is successful, when people that don't even know she doesn't even know who Mario is, and everybody knows who Mario is. It's like, come on.
Like, I would hate to be a high school teacher right now. Like, all these kids playing Fortnite on their phone.
Oh shoot!
That would drive me nuts.
Yo, it's crazy though. Like I saw it coming, but I'm like, yo, is this like the new Call of Duty 4? But when I seen people was like, oh well, Battlefield and all these other, well, not Battlefield, but all these other shooters starting to implement that mode. I'm like, yeah, they done caught hold to the bottle and they drinking that juice. And I was like,
you know what it is?
And not even just that. How PUBG let these motherfuckers steal their shit, man?
How does PUBG let H1Z1 already run better than it does? H1Z1 runs 4K 60.
Is H1Z1 free or how much
free.
is it?
It's free.
Oh, I need to download that.
PUBG Corp has royally. They had PUBG
screwed the pooch.
Had the world in their hands.
Yes.
And when they brought it over to the Xbox, and even on PC, it's not very optimized. It kind of runs like crap on a lot of PCs.
Whoa, fam, don't say that. They gonna come for you.
It'd be all right.
A lot of people was like hyping that shit up, but like, yo, I don't really hear nobody talk about PUBG no more like that.
I still see PUBG placed in like the top 3-4 games of Xbox being played. I mean, it's not like let's not be
in the NPD, so
it is in the NPD, so it is
no,
it's popular.
But I mean, like it's
popular on Twitch.
When I mean,
it's still a very popular game,
I mean,
and it's also not free.
Yeah. See that's another.
If it was
thing.
free and on PS4 as well, it'd be. I don't know if it'd be Fortnite level, but it'd still be as huge as it was when we first heard it.
But you know
I don't think it'd be on Fortnite.
Different effect of Fortnite also is they always adding shit to that damn game. That game get updated like every week, sometimes twice a week.
Yeah, they capitalized on Infinity War and had Thanos in the game. Like
you had Drake cosign.
Yo, and that was like, yo, I'm serious. Like, I didn't know Fortnite did that many updates, but like when I started playing it, yo, they update their game like every week.
Yeah, they update it every week with a new gun.
I still say the most underrated battle royale game is Darwin Project, but that's just me.
I feel you, but I'm just saying, like, what happened? Like, I'm just saying, PUBG let Fortnite steal their shit. Like,
yeah,
and
I don't see it that way. I don't because they're not on the same page.
I
don't see it that way.
Microsoft needs to go ahead and at this point, with the way the battle royale genre is going, Microsoft needs to go ahead and make PUBG first party. The PUBG Corp, make them first party.
Do you think they need to make it free as well and put it on all platforms? Because it's kind of like, how do you compare that to Fortnite when it's free and on all platforms, and PUBG was on PC and then Xbox? It's
not even just that; they're beating them to certain things like Fortnite.
They should be. Everybody can get it, and guess what? They're about to invest $100 million, and where are they getting their money from? They made it free, and guess what? Games as a service.
Well,
that's the biggest. That's the biggest esports prize pool ever.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're acting like, I mean, we say we don't want these games as a service, but now we're putting up Fortnite on this mantle, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, we hate games as a service. I want nothing but single player story games, but then you go and spend $60 every other month on Fortnite. Let's keep it funky, people.
I just say it has to be an even balance between the two.
It does, but I'm saying, but gamers, here's the thing: we talk about playing for Xbox Live. Or playing to play online. Gamers did that. Gamers said it was okay. No one fought it. We let it happen and we moved on. People could have just not paid for it. We paid for it, so of course they did it. Now people saying it's all about single player games. I don't want no games as a service. I don't like loot boxes. I don't want games that are free and you charging me all this stuff for this game. But then you go out and do it. So what does that tell these people? What you're saying means nothing. You're showing me something else. So we can't, as gamers, the biggest, most popular games be the games that gamers claim they hate so much.
But so you gotta also realize too that we're a minority. We're a minority. The majority, they buying that shit like hell. Like people buying shit. Like they're buying loot boxes, all that stuff. We are the overly loud minority. We're loud as hell, but we're the minority.
Very true. That is very true because those kids are spending hella parents' money in Fortnite. Because I see it every time I go in the classroom. I hear and see it all the time. All the time.
Well, we're going to go ahead and switch topics since we are getting close to our time. You know, we guys don't really keep you guys too long. But it's been a great conversation, man. Great first episode with my man, Demigod. Yeah. Now, Nintendo is our last of our E3 juggernauts. I know that's still Ubisoft and Bethesda. They're going to show great content, right? But we all know Nintendo sort of does things differently, right? So instead of us just, compiling 3 or 4 different things we think Nintendo's going to do at E3, I just want to go around and kind of get a consensus on what you guys think we will see from Nintendo at E3 and what Nintendo will do at E3. So I want to go around the panel. I'm going to start with Demi. Demi, what do you think we will get from Nintendo at E3?
What we'll get from Nintendo at E3? I see a lot happening with Nintendo, to be honest. Where do I start? Bayonetta 3 is going to release this year. I see that happening. I see No More Heroes 3 dropping this year. I see both that Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu thing really happening. I think it's kind of a step back personally because... Bro,
no, listen, I'm not going to lie. If they drop a Pokemon game that's with their original 151, I'm buying another Switch.
Oh my God, I just don't want to go back.
Because you wasn't born with the original 151 game.
I know the 151.
You wasn't born with the originals, G.
151 proof. Don't hate.
Facts.
Oh my God.
Facts. Tell him, Crunk. 151 proof.
Yeah,
you and Mewtwo, son.
Gen 3 the best gen. I don't want to debate this. That's
because you 6. You don't understand the greatness of the 151, bro. Listen, there is a better fire type than Charmander, bro. Charmander is the GOAT.
No. Blaziken is the best, and I don't want to hear that, man.
No, Charizard will wipe the floor with Blaziken. Charmander is the GOAT starter Pokemon. Pikachu is legendary. No one knows. If you think of Pokemon, you think of Pikachu, not some stupid tree or whatever you're going to see in whatever gym we in now. Number 3, Mew and Mewtwo are the GOATs. You name another kids movie that had you crying. When Pikachu was crying over Ash. Come on, bro.
Man.
Hey, I cried when the princess was kidnapped. Come on.
Chill.
Oh my God! The 151 are cool, but I would like to see them step into a new bound with
Name a
what they're doing.
Pokemon that went harder than Mewtwo. That was a bigger savage than Mewtwo.
Deoxys and Lucario. Come on.
Mewtwo will wipe the floor with them cats.
Come on. Deoxys was a monster.
Come on.
Like pure. He was Thanos.
Me and Demi finna have a whole podcast dedicated with this game when it come out. Bro. I'm not even gonna front because he got me heated. Disrespecting the 151, bro. But my bad. Continue, sir. We went on. My bad.
I see Smash happening this year also. I got them set for big releases, but not going over the edge. And maybe a couple 3DS titles coming over. Probably have them in the eShop. Really, that's really about it.
Okay, Crunk. What do you think Nintendo finna hand us this year?
I think we're gonna see gameplay for Smash Brothers.
Facts.
That's a no brainer. We may see some gameplay of Fire Emblem because I don't think they're gonna show up with no one game like they did last time. They're not doing that. I feel we may see some Fire Emblem, and they do this. I gotta get a Switch too. Somehow, some way. Hopefully, I get some some, you know, that refund money from school. I may have to get a Switch if they do this. If they bring anything dealing with Pokemon, I may have to get a Switch. Because I love Pokemon. That's just the one game that I do love from them. And also No More Heroes. I want to see if they're gonna show anything from that. And then I heard something about a Metroid Prime. They may show some of that. I don't know, because I think it's not coming out this year. It probably will come out next year, but I think they may show it or something from it. But that Pokemon Switch, I need that, because if that, man, it's already selling like hotcakes. If that joint, if that Pokemon come out on that Switch, them Switches gonna fly more than they already are.
Facts on facts. Mamacita.
It's just gonna do double what God of War did.
True.
Well, I'm gonna just keep it real and keep it honest here, y'all. I have a Switch, but I don't even keep up with what Nintendo's doing right now. I'm just being honest. I really don't. I just don't. I don't keep up with them because, other than Okami HD, I was kind of looking forward to that, and I think Lightfall. There's nothing really that I'm interested in playing right now because I have my hands full on console and PC. But as far as what they're going to do at E3, I mean, to me, it's just basically what they always do. They're going to come up, they're going to announce maybe some collabs with some third party, maybe some big names like they tend to do, bring up some kind of collaboration or whatever and say that this is going to come to the Switch. What game that is, I don't know, but it's going to be some third party game. Everybody's going to go ooh and ah and whatever. And then we're going to realize that we're going to have, it's going to be sidelined by the online play. But I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not interested, but when you sent this out, I was like, what am I going to say? Because I don't even follow Nintendo, and I'm not bashing them at all. I just don't. I don't. They're just not in my top right now. I mean, Okami HD. That's about it. And I know they aren't going to show anything there at E3 because that game, I think, already has a release date already for this year. I think August.
I know. I really play that Mario Tennis, man. That shit look fun as hell.
And Lightfall, because I saw Lightfall.
Yeah, Lightfall dope as hell.
I think that's I should have already. Oh, I don't know if they got a date for that or not, but yeah. So I'm not, and they're not doing a traditional, because they've kind of going to do that same old. So.
Now, one thing I do think is going to happen. I do believe that we will see Microsoft will let Nintendo. I think we're going to see Smash, of course, right? And I think Microsoft will let Nintendo have. I think Banjo will be in the next Smash, which I think in a way is going to help Microsoft be able to push and have more sales to whatever, if they decide to do that Banjo anniversary we keep hearing is possibly coming, right? So I do think Banjo is going to be in Smash, which would be dope. I do think that they're going to bring back Wave Race. I've been hearing rumors about Wave Race, and Wave Race 64 was my ish. Like, I love that game on the 64. So I do think Banjo will be in Smash. I think we're gonna hear a lot about that Pokemon game with that 151 proof. Forget what Demi's saying. And like I said, I think Wave Race is coming. I'm with Crunk as well on the new Fire Emblem. So I hate to be kind of rushed with that, but we are over our time, and I actually have stuff that just kind of popped up right now. So we're going to get through our outros really fast. Our newest guest and our newest mainstay, my man at that guy, Demi.
What's going on, everybody? Demi got reviews here. The review Titans from Titan. Glad to be part of the main cast. Come check out the God of War Sea of Thieves review. Battlefield 5 video going on right after this. Come check out the content. Subscribe and show some love.
Crunk Girl.
What's going on, everybody? Oh, yeah. I just looked at the chat. Shouts out to Dallas. What's up, man? I feel your pain with that wisdom tooth, dog.
I do, too.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My boy Demi in the building, man. Always and forever will be a real good dude, man. And welcome you to the Double XP, man. And I'll talk to you in a little while because you in the chat. So thanks for having me. Y'all check out my Twitter, like always. I think I'm almost at 3,000 followers on Twitter, so y'all follow me on there.
Your girl.
And yeah,
sweet.
And classy gamer gals, Mamacita.
Not a whole lot for me to say other than Mamacita, Classic Gamer Girls at Twitter, Mamacita925 on Mixer and Xbox Live, and Mamacita42 on PSN. That's about it, and thanks for rocking with us in the chat, y'all. Bye.
All right, thank you guys for rocking with us once again. You have leveled up to 52. This is the Double XP Podcast. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Peace.
3.